Building 3266 at Yokota Air Base is field headquarters for AFN Pacific and home to the Regional Media Center, Regional Operations Division, Regional Technical Services, Resource Management, and AFN Tokyo. Contractors completed construction on the building April 28, 1978. Over the years, the facility has received numerous upgrades primarily to the interior, but the exterior and structure remain essentially the same as it was nearly 35 years ago. One of the main building concerns is the coping, or the small concrete ledge that runs horizontally along the top of the building.
This cover across the door, you can see up here the damage to it. There's pieces that have already fallen off. Our fear is that somebody walking in or out of the building would be hit by one of these pieces when it falls. Yeah, this area up in here is especially dangerous because it's, as you can see, crumbling into pieces, and some pieces have already fallen off, especially in this corner. There's a piece ready to fall off right now. What we've been told is that the concrete cracks, the wrought iron then gets wet, rusts and expands, and then blows the concrete apart. And our worry is, again, like it's actually trying to just break off and fall. If it does, I would not want to be anywhere near where it lands. And there's nothing stable about any of this.
Signs of age and wear aren't limited to the front of the building.
These are the water towers, but you can see how the bases that this is sitting on have basically just blown apart. If each one of the pillars is cracked right down the middle, most of them will probably end up like this after too long. And if a certain one of these mounts goes, depending on how they go, in my opinion, obviously, it could go that way and end up on the street.
There are also concerns on the inside of the building. Cracking walls and pillar supports are showing their age as well.
These are interior walls, but they have severe cracks in them. The room on the other adjacent to this is the generator room. There's also some severe cracks on that wall and an outside wall where, again, severe cracking has occurred over the period of years and through all the earthquakes. And this is a main support structure, many of these beams throughout the facility, but you'll notice the cracks are going all the way through these on both sides, which means it's probably gone pretty deep into the concrete if it's like that at all levels. Continues that way all the way up. Understanding that these are steel reinforced, the idea that the concrete is cracking on the outside of them is probably not a good idea.
Another issue of concern is the numerous locations in the building that still contain asbestos.
This is a covering on the pipe that has asbestos in it as well. And you can see some of the raw still underneath of it. When it has broken open, this is their idea of how to encapsulate it, how to repair it so it isn't exposed. I'm not an expert, but I don't know that that's a good idea.
A final area of concern is the mold in the building. There are locations where mold is clearly visible on the ceiling tiles, but a study conducted by Bioenvironmental revealed that the amount of mold and humidity in the building falls within the acceptable norms. The building was originally scheduled for demolition in 2018, but Yokota civil engineering officials recently extended the facility life cycle for steel reinforced structures to approximately 60 years. This policy change pushes the anticipated building life cycle out to 2038, which leaves many wondering if the structural integrity of the building will survive that long.